Well, hello there, you beautiful, beautiful, amazing, wonderful people. I hope you are well on this marvellous, marvellous Monday. Now, you're going to get thrown off because tomorrow I'm going to say it's Monday in the videos because I've had videos planned for today, which are now going to be tomorrow. And now I'm doing different videos today because, holy moly, Mary, Mother of God, there's been some stuff happening, I'm telling thee now. What am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Candace Owens and Erika Kirk are going to meet. They are going to meet. That's right. They're going to have a private discussion, not out in the public, private. And that is going to split the room somewhat. And in this video, we're going to talk about why it's going to split the room. Is it justified the way it's being done? Are we just feeling that we have, I don't know, or they have an obligation to keep us in the loop? Are conspiracy theories, and you know how I feel about conspiracy theories, normally the difference between conspiracy theory and truth is just a matter of time, or are we likely to ever truly find out what this meeting is all about, what it contains? Because I don't think there's a good outcome here. I genuinely don't think there's a good outcome here, because when things are done in secret, you never truly know what is happening because it's done in secret. And you could argue that this is all just preordained to run in a certain direction, to do a certain thing, to have a certain effect. But let's get into it. So Erika Kirk has agreed. I don't know what's so important about Monday the 15th. It just had to be Monday the 15th. Had to be. So Erika Kirk does. Candace Owens and I are meeting for a private in-person discussion on Monday, December 15th. Real Candace and I have agreed that public discussions, live streams and tweets are on hold until after this meeting. I look forward to a productive conversation. Thank you. Now, I like this comment here. This is by Delete Your Handler. It says, when two actors pause the broadcast, you're not witnessing maturity, you're watching narrative control in real time. This isn't a ceasefire, it's a buffering screen. The system said standby, and they obeyed like the outcome wasn't already printed. Private meeting, public trust, silent feed, louder cage. They'll walk out with smiles, hand you an edited summary, and pretend history was just made, while the real ritual already happened off screen. This isn't politics, it's scripted unity theatre, designed to reinstall obedience while pretending to challenge it. I didn't pause the drama, they paused your memory. That is an excellent, excellent comment, again, by Delete Your Handler. And why do I say that? I say it because this, right? From Candace Owens, you have to look at this in two separate situations. One supportive, one not so much. We'll go with supportive first, because it could be argued that Candace Owens, ultimately, she just wants to know what happened to Charlie. She's like a woman who just wants to scorch the earth. I've said this before, she is behaving in the manner with which you would expect someone to, who has lost a close friend. She's got the power to have a voice, and she's using it. That is the supportive way that you can say that Candace is operating, albeit it's frustrating to some because ultimately she is a content creator too, so she can do what she does while getting paid handsomely for it. And that will come across to some as a little bit like a grift. You know, I get called a grifter for doing videos on Charlie Kirk. So it would be then wrong for people to not say that Candace Owens is doing the same. She's just doing it on a massive, larger scale to some people. But she's got the added benefit of previously being a friend of Charlie Kirk. So she's almost got an excuse for doing what she's doing. So again, that is the supportive way that you can look at Candace Owens. So she takes this private meeting because it's the only way that she can get what she truly wants. And perhaps we could say she's proven that it isn't about the money. It's not about being on social media and exposing things and getting paid for doing so, but she is willing to turn the cameras off, turn the microphones off, and go and find out what it is that she wants to find out. Again, we'll pause and see whether that statement ages well or ages badly, because there is a flip side to that coin, and that is like what Delete Your Handler says, and that is that what we're witnessing here is control again. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that we are now watching something that we have been brought along on the journey to. We want the answers to. We want transparency. We want nothing to be hidden. No different than when we talk about Tyler Robinson and the trial. We don't want non-dissemination orders that just hide everything and you just see the outcome in that trust me bro situation. And you can apply that to this situation. Candace Owens has come out and she's taken everybody on a public journey of truth and discovery. But then we get to where you've run out of road. I said this a little while ago, and I said that Candace Owens will eventually run out of road. She's got to go somewhere with this. And this could have just give her out. And that is that she goes off quietly and has a conversation with Erika Kirk, and she could come back to the forefront and say, look, I have had the discussion. I have spoken to Erika, I've asked the questions that I want to ask, and I've got the answers that I wanted to get, and I'm satisfied now that everything is the way it should be, and we don't need to ask any more questions. Now, some would argue, could she come out and say that? How damaging would that be? How would that land with everyone? Now, there's going to be some people who say, no, I trust Candace. If Candace says there's nothing to see here, then there's nothing to see here. The flip side of that coin is you're going to get the people on the other side of the fence who are like, hold off, fuck on a minute. Before you went into this meeting, everything was pointing the fingers and they're doing something. They shouldn't have been doing that. They shouldn't have been doing that. And now all of a sudden, you've done a 180. But then how does a 180 continue, or how does not going 180 continue? How do you then come out of this private meeting where you've had all these discussions? Do you then split what happened in this meeting over a series of 10 to 15 videos where you gradually break down each segment of what the discussion was? How are you going to feel about that? Will you then deny that Candace Owens is indeed a content creator at heart, and this provided her with an abundance of content that she could ultimately sell to advertisers to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars? So look, doing things in secret, I don't see the benefit of it. Again, there is the argument that you either do it like this or you don't do it at all, and then Candace Owens has to make a decision. Do I do it? Do I not do it? I want to find out what happened to Charlie. I've got questions, and this is the only way I can get them. So I appreciate it. I understand that this may be the only way that she can do this meeting and get what she wants. So again, as aforementioned, this may just be, this is what I've got to do. And again, proof that Candace Owens isn't just about content creation. She is about truth, and maybe this is the only way that she can get her truth, and she is going to share that truth with everyone. But I cannot help, and I can't stress this enough, that when things are done secretly, it makes me itch. Because if you truly believe that Candace Owens is the aforementioned content creator, and she is about money, she is about how much money can I make out of this situation, if she comes out and she behaves in a manner that does indeed prove to be indicative of further content creation and further dramatization without offering conclusion, then what do you do with that? Do you just accept it? Do you continue to listen? Do you continue to tune in? Where do you think, and I'll be interested to hear your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions. Let me know in the comments. How do you see this ending? I see it as a conundrum of sorts, where Candace Owens is now the one on the back foot here. She is the one on the back foot. At the end of the day, Erika Kirk is saying, look, I will come and have a discussion with you. You can ask me what you want to ask me, and this will be a discussion that is going to provide answers. I don't know. She's done every other meeting publicly. She's gone into countless numbers of interviews. This Weiss one, last Barry Weiss, which seems to have been the catalyst for this, because that was a fucking shit show, if you ask me. It yet again exposes either lies within TPUSA, and I mean as in Erika Kirk and co., and then they're pitted directly against Frank Turek again, which I'm going to go into and just segregate that on its own in a different video later on today, because it's important to understand that it's these things that you would expect Candace Owens to come back and be able to address and offer an explanation to, when there is two huge statements that have been made that would say that at least one person around Charlie Kirk on the actual day he died was lying. But again, let me know down below what you think. Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? How do you look at the entire situation? Do you look at it as, I just want to know what happened to Charlie, I don't care. So, and I trust Candace unequivocally. If she goes into this meeting secretly, I trust her enough that if she comes out and says there is nothing to see here, I have been satisfied with the answer that I've got, you are willing to accept. If she comes out and says she truly now believes that Tyler Robinson was the person who done it, how would you feel about it? And if she's not going to come out in full agreement, then how is she going to frame the next few videos that she does off the back end of it? And how would you expect them to be in order to prove that she is still the same Candace that went into this meeting? She is still on the hunt for truth. She is willing to throw people under the bus if they deserve to be thrown under the bus. And how indeed does that look moving forwards? Again, the jury's out, so to speak. We'll see how this goes. But again, I don't see a happy ending here. I don't know how this can have an ending that will bring things to a close. You would expect a meeting to happen and there'd be closure, there'd be some finality to it. And I just can't see that happening. I genuinely can't. Let me know down below. Love you all, and I'll catch you all in video 2. Mwah.